Good evening, and welcome to Music and Chatter. This is our 29th episode, and this episode is very special to me. In the last month, I've lost two of my very dearest friends, Theriault and Bob Raymond. Bob Raymond married Joanne and me almost 30 years ago, and Bob Theriault has taught me about upbeat Christian music for all those times, and we really enjoyed their friendship and a couple's friendship together. And so tonight we're going to do a program honoring them, and we're going to divide that program into three parts. The first part will be about Cursillo music, the second about Taize music, and the third about the Gospel Gents. So I hope you enjoy this program, and in a good remembrance to my two best friends. We're going to start with two songs that meant a lot to all of us. The first one was On Eagle's Wings, and the second one is Be Not Afraid. The first part of our program tonight is about the Cursillo movement and the Crusader Program. Crusader Program is a program that started in Spain many years ago in the Catholic Church. It was started by a group of men. And the program is a 3-day weekend where people go away and study Christian doctrine, and then later on live the rest of their lives. The rest of the 3 days is the fourth day, and that's their fourth-day weekend. And I've been in the group since 1993. And Bob Theriault and I did music at the statewide Cursillo weekends for 12 years. And it was a great, great time together, where he did the leading of the singing and I played the keyboard. And we had a wonderful time, and it's wonderful, wonderful memories. So I'd like to start by doing some Cursillo music. Some of it was upbeat, and some of it was a little more quiet. So I'd like to do a little bit of both. So the first ones would be ones you'll hear now and see how you enjoy them. The first two Cursillo songs are upbeat songs. One is Abba Father, and the second is Just a Closer Walk with Thee. next two songs, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot and Rockin' My Soul, were songs that we always sang, and many times Bob Raymond would play the trumpet with them. And this time I'm going to do a rendition of those, but I'm going to sneak another song in there a little bit and see if you can figure out what that was. Now to just have the type of music for Cursillo, we're going to do one that's a little slower, and some others a little slower and a little bit more meaningful, perhaps more than. And the first one is going to be one that's called "Here I Am, Lord." Another group of a little slower Cursillo type music, and one that Bob Theriault always enjoyed doing was putting songs together. And so I put three together here in his memory. The first one was "Surely the Presence of the Lord is in this place." Then "Oh Lord, You're Beautiful." And then finally, "Jesus, Name Above All Names." And Bob wrote some of the verses to that song. Here they are. our Taize music. And this was a type of music that was started at a retreat center in France. And the idea was supposed to be quiet, contemplative type music, where there'd be song, quiet music, and then some periods of silence, and then some readings. And Bob and I went down to the cathedral in Portland years ago to learn about Taize music, and we brought it back, and then three couples, the Sousas, the Raymonds, and the Theriaults, put together Taize plans and did them not only in Church of Our Father, but in the other Episcopal churches, and in fact other denominational churches on the island. And it's been a great time, and one of the things that's interesting is when we first started, the silent part was very difficult because people are really restless when it starts talking about silence. So I remember Elaine Theriault timing the silence part, and we started off with about 3 minutes and worked up to about 5, and then at the end we actually got about 15 minutes or so of silence. So here's a bunch of different Taize songs for you to listen to and see which ones you know. The third part of our program is all about the Gospel Gents. Bob Theriault was a great singer. He loved to sing a cappella and sing quartet music, and he was part of a group in Bangor that did that. In about 2004, he thought the Church of Our Father should have a men's group that could sing a cappella and sing Christian songs. That was a great challenge because some of us could read music and some of us couldn't. And so it took a lot of practice and a lot of work, but we finally got it all together. And we did for about 10, 12 years, and we did lots and lots of songs throughout. So I wanted to dedicate this part to the Cursillo portion. And I thought, gosh, we ought to be able to sing something. But then we started trying to figure out how, in this day of the virus, how we could possibly sing. So I first talked to Dick Salisbury, and Dick said, why don't you take one of the CDs and play those CDs, and we can do that way. Then Ken Linscott said he would sing, but he was the only one who would sing. John Reeves, who played the guitar, said he would also. And then David Lefevre chimed in. So we had a bunch of the old Gospel Gents together thinking about this, and here what we're going to do is going to do a CD of the Gospel Gents singing. Before we start the CD, I'd like to play 2 Negro spirituals that we did, and we did them many, many times, and they're very, very favorites and favorites of all of us. So here they are. One was called My Lord, What a Morning, and the other one was called Steal Away.
Behind the next song, I grew up in Aroostook County, northern part of Maine, and on Saturday nights we used to listen to W. Now W today is different than W was 50 years ago, 55 years ago. But we used to go out and we would listen to W on Saturday night or Sunday night, and there was a song that they played that I kind of lost track of. And then about 3 years ago, Aggie Sawyer gave me a songbook of old songs that she had, and the song was in there. So I copied it, and we're going to sing it for you now. It's a neat song. Now, oh yeah, W was WWBA in Wheeling, West Virginia. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We goes to church in the early morning when the birds and the singing on the trees. Sometimes these clothes them very much worn, but we wear them out at the knees. At night when the moon and the shining bright and the clouds have passed away, them bells keep a ringing for the gospel light that will last till the judgment day. Hear them bells, don't you hear them bells? They's ringing out the glory of the land. Hear them bells, don't you hear them bells? They's ringing out the glory of the land. Oh, don't you hear them bells? Don't you hear them bells? They's ringing out the glory of the land. Hear them bells? Don't you hear them bells? They's ringing out the glory of the land. Ding dong, ding dong, they's ding dong, they're ringing out. Hear them ding dong, ding dong, they's ringing out the glory of the land. Hear them bells, don't you hear them bells? They're ringing out the glory of the land. Hear them ding bells, don't you hear them bells? They're ringing out the glory of the land.
I warned you when we started, nobody has more fun than we do. This is our last one. This is a song that was written by Woody Guthrie, and originally it was an answer. Of course, Woody Guthrie was an active social person, social activities person, social issues back in the 30s and 40s, and he wrote this song originally as a response to God Bless America. And it was written to be presented at a Baptist convention of sorts. It never took off. It never really got accepted. So he changed some of the words, and it became, "This land is your land."
This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps in the sparkling sands of Rhode Island deserts, and all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. To the New York Island. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining and I was strolling, and the wheat fields waving, and the dust clouds rolling, as the fog was lifting, a voice was chanting. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. This land was made for you and me. When peace like a river attended my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. With my soul, it is well with my soul. My sin, oh the joy of this glorious thought. My sin, not in part, but the whole, is nailed to the cross, and I bear with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. And Lord, haste the day when my face shall be sight. The clouds be rolled back as a scroll. The trump shall resound, and the Lord shall descend. Even so, it is well with my soul. It is well. It is well.